Saturday, August 20th, 2011, Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries invited you to their wedding. If you received a personal invitation, it was a black tie affair. No jeans and no t-shirt. If you did not receive a personal invitation, you probably watched the wedding of the century on the TV channel E. On your couch in your PJs, dreaming about or back to your own dream wedding. DailyMail.com reports, however, that Kim's former publicist says 2 weeks prior to her wedding, Kim knew it was not something that she wanted to do. Get married, that is. In the article, Kim Kardashian is still in love with Reggie Bush, and her marriage to Kris Humphries was a publicity stunt, claims her former publicist. Unfortunately, there were obligations to honor contracts with E! Networks, which had TV rights. Otherwise, Kris and Kim would have owed a lot of people a lot of money. The marriage only lasted 72 days. Publicity stunt or not, Kris and Kim had a lot of contracts besides the marriage contract. Despite Kim's mother, Kris Jenner, insisting her daughter didn't take a dime out of the wedding, the couple netted a whopping $17.9 million. Unfortunately for us, celebrities do not always set a good example for us to follow. The wedding was reported in the media as Kim's dream wedding. As we look up to celebrities, copy celebrities, and little girls look up to celebrities as role models, little girls dream of fairy tale weddings. SaidOnline.com says, a little girl grows up dreaming of her wedding day, with a picture in mind of how it's supposed to be. Never dreaming that image would only last 72 days, 10 or 20 hours. Reality, however, is different from dreaming. Reality says most marriages end in divorce, not just Kim and Kris's. According to DivorceGuide.com, 50% of marriages end in divorce. For the past decade, the overall American divorce rate has remained stable at around 50% for first marriages, 65% for second marriages in divorce. So what state has the highest and lowest divorce rate? Nevada has the highest divorce rate at 6.4%, while D.C. has the lowest at 1.7%, according to DivorceGuide.com. Divorces have been streamlined in Nevada so that even couples from other states can go there for a quickie divorce. So this 6.4 number is not just Nevada's number, it may include the surrounding states and possibly all 50 states. But do half of all marriages really end in divorce? A recent Time magazine article, Divorce from Reality, says 50% is a very murky statistic. In an upbeat new guide to marriage for better, Tara Pope devotes a chapter to debunking that 50% stat. 23% of college graduates who married in the 1970s split within 10 years. The 1980s, a full 81% of college graduates who got hitched in that decade were still married 20 years later. And for those who wed in the 1990s, the rate dropped to 16%. Marriage stability appears to be improving with each decade. There are famous people who are unmarried, according to Time magazine, with and without kids. Famous people who are only married for a short time. Liv Schreiber and Naomi Watts, both children of divorce, famously unmarried for 4 years. Johnny Depp and Paradis famously married for 14 or 11 years. Johnny Depp is straightforward about this when he says it would be a shame to ruin her last name. And other famously people who are quietly unmarried for a long time. Tim Robbins and Susan Sarandon, famously unmarried for 21 years. When you are not married, I think it's not as easy to take each other for granted, said Susan Sarandon. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, famously unmarried for 26 years. One child and 26 years later, they know that if it's not broken, why fix it? While other famous people who have refused to wed until after the legalization of gay marriage. Stuart Townsend and Charlize Theron famously unmarried for 8 years. Townsend said, I didn't do a church wedding or anything, but we're married. We're husband and wife. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, famously unmarried for 6 years. In 2006, Brad Pitt said he would only consider marriage when everyone else in the country who wants to be married is legally able to. A famous comedian once said, "In Hollywood, a marriage is a success if it outlasts milk." So, do we follow Hollywood dreams, or do we follow our own dreams? So how do we take our dream wedding, and stay together? Number one, we receive premarital counseling before marriage. According to religionstolerance.org, born-again Christian couples who married in the church after have received premarital counseling and attend church regularly and pray daily together experience only a 1 out of 3,900 marriages, or 39,000 marriages, divorce rate. That's about 2%. Number two, we practice religion together. The family that prays together stays together. Tom Ellis of Southern Baptist Convention says, just saying you are a born-again Christian is not going to mean that you're going to stay together. That 50% number grows to or decreases to 30% for most Christian faith groups. Number three, marry at a later age than 26. Dr. Phil says on drphil.com, the divorce rate drops to 30% for those married at age 20 or older. From Brides Magazine, the average age of a woman getting married is 27, while the average age of a man is 29. Number four, wait until you're married to live together. Most couples live together before getting married, but within 5 to 7 years, only 21% are still together. That means 80% divorce rate start off by living together. And lastly, number five, get a college degree. As we saw earlier, the divorce rates are steadily dropping for those with college degrees, from 23% in 1970 to 16% in 1990. What seems most clear, according to Time magazine, is less educated, low-income couples split up more often than college grads, and may be doing so in higher numbers than before. 49% of those married young and did so without a college degree lasted only about 20 years. By following these 5 examples, you will not keep from divorce. However, it will keep the probability of divorce well below 50%. Why do most Hollywood marriages fail? BoundlessLine.org comments, it's because a lot of celebrities fall in love with the idea of commitment, but have no conviction of commitment.